So let's see how this one works. This is my short video on how to convert an Aster entirely 132 scale livesteam locomotive to RC. So first, the parts that I used are from Micron, which is a company in Malton, United Kingdom. It's a 7-channel 2.4 gigahertz receiver. This is the transmitter, and then you have the receiver, which is this one. It's the MR001A 8-channel receiver, and I used KST Electronics BEC. You can input two 225 volts maximum in, and you can regulate it up to 4.8 and 9 volts out. I chose to do 6.4 volts. Reason is I use these KST servos, which are really very good. These are the KST A08H servos, and if you put your internal electronics to 6.4 volts, you get about 24 Newton per centimeter, which is about 2 kilograms per centimeter of torque, which is quite impressive for these small things. And I should think that's more than enough to get this thing on board. So what does it look like? This is with the cab on. Let's see if you can get a good look. Then if you take it off, now this was a very fiddly job. I enjoyed it, but it's very fiddly. This is the bypass valve, which this model takes a utility car behind it, and the bypass valve makes sure that you can regulate the water flow to the boiler. I'll take this one out just for ease of showing you. This is the regulator. See if it stays sharp. This is the blower. 1 servo, 2 and 3. And this one is the servo for the forward and reverse. Now, of course, it's nice to see what it looks like when it works, which is always the most fun. So you put your receiver, put your transmitter on. Hook up regular 9-volt battery in my case. There you see that. Let's see if it tries to. This is the regulator. Now, what I had to do this thing. It's he's a very nice guy. He is from the world of gliders, and he's called Tomas Liu, and he makes these machined parts. And this is a Clevis horn set, and what that does is these horns, they fit on the either the CHA servo or the KST ones. It's 4.3 millimeters, and this is the horn, and this area makes sure that you can utilize all of the rotational momentum of the servo horn. And especially in these confined cases, that's every millimeter gives you more control of the regulator. So what I did is I took the shaft of this thing is, I think it was 4 or 5. Let me have a look. It was 4 millimeter shaft. So I had to drill out just a little bit, and then drill a hole threaded for a 2.5mm screw to give some compression, kind of a set screw idea. This is the horn, and you can see how much extra movement you've got just by this small indentation, so to speak. Now I wanted to do this one as well, the regulator, but the distance was too small to fit one of these horns in, which was very fiddly to say the least. So I made these brackets as well. I'll show you. So these are some bolts I used from a RC car. It's 2mm bolts, and this is an aluminium bracket which I made. I screwed it in, threaded the holes to the bottom plate, and the most challenging aspect of all was bending the bypass valve water pipe to, instead of going through the original hole which was there, it needed to go back through the center here and then make a U-turn and then come back out. Well, I succeeded, but it took me about I think a half day. So I'll show you this is the forward and reverse lever. I need to set the endpoints, but that's another job. Also, this was nice and fiddly. See if I can get in there. There. This is a 2mm bolt with a 2.5mm shim, and then it screws into the lever, and a nut secures the arm to the servo horn. The reason I did this because I didn't want to modify the original lever, so I can change everything back should I want to. Because originally this is a hand operated thing. I'll show you the parts which let me see where they are. Yeah, these are the parts which I took out. So these are the two original levers which go on the rods here and here, on the blower and the regulator. And this small bolt, let's see if you can see that. You see it has a smooth piece, so it's M2 on the end and M2.5 in the middle. Then of course tidying up the electronic wiring, putting a KST plug on so I can remove it, and all that's left is fixing the utility car. Cool, huh?